trying to.
Oh, it's all right. You're part of us.
Hilda and Alex live in Rockwood, which is in East Multnomah County, an area that has experienced an increase in poverty of 60% since year 2000. MFS has been there for 16 years helping the community, and we have learned that with poverty comes many other risks and challenges, as we will see and hear from Hilda.
Start in the kitchen, and the kitchen is like right close to my living room. And instead of the fire came to my apartment, the fire went next to the other apartment, the one on the top of it, and went all the way to the roof. Yes, all the way to the roof. And my apartment, it's fine. There was an angel who blew the fire that way instead of to my apartment.
Needs are so great in this community that we are only able to reach a fifth of the students when over 90% are experiencing a need for help.
My name is Jorge Cruz, Director of Community Schools with Metropolitan Family Service, and I oversee our department of 18 community schools. The homelessness, the shortness on food access, the shortness of access period to education, to classes, to any kind of recreational activities. That's huge out in East County overall, and I definitely see that same challenges and same barriers in all of our schools. We have 18 of them, and the ones that MFS are in, we are definitely seeing those pieces come through.
Despite continuing challenges in Rockwood, Hilda says it is a little safer lately.
Like I said before, like many years ago, this place, it used to be like crazy. Like around 9, 10, 9, like it was scary to go outside because like you can hear shooting everywhere. Yes, but now it's not anymore.
Really?
It's not anymore. It's not like before. Now we see police all the time.
Over 200 children are homeless in this school district at any given time, and families often have to move from place to place due to income insecurity. I learned that a few years ago, Hilda and Alex had to move on the very day that they came home from the hospital with their baby girl.
Like I started going to labor, so I went to the hospital. So when we came back home, the manager from the apartment, the same day when I got home from the hospital, she told us to move to go somewhere else because there was like a lot of people, and she's like right now, guys, if you guys don't move or so we trying to tell her that can you give us like few days or and she's like, no, you guys have to move now.
The same day?
The same day that I came from the hospital.
I was stunned by all that Hilda and Alex manage on a very limited salary. Hilda explained that after Alex lost a better paying job as a manager, their income of $900 a month barely clears their rent of $850, which left very little for food and other needs. MFS community schools provide extended day enrichment and academic support, as well as access to basic resources like food. And community schools also build partnerships with other organizations to add to what we're able to offer.
My older son, he went to Glenford, and then he started first grade there. So that's when I meet Celia. I don't know if you know her. So
Yeah,
and
Celia
then
works for us.
And then and then one time she came here and I was on the school, and she's like, hey, do you know we have a food pantry here? And then every Tuesday, I remember the time she said it's from 3 till 4:30, I think so. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. But I came home and I was like, what's food pantry means? But at that time, we was having a hard time. We're still having a hard time because my kids sometimes they like, you know how the kids are. They always go to the kitchen, open the fridge, and see what they, you know. But at the time, a lot of time, my fridge, it was like empty. Like my kids, they just look around like there's nothing to eat, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then I said, okay. So, and then I went inside, and then I was so excited when I came out of the pantry because I had like 3 bags of food. I had like all kind of food. I had meat, I had like fruits, I had all this kind of stuff. And I swear, I almost cried when I came home with all this stuff. And oh my God, if you see my kids' face, they were like so excited because they saw all the stuff that I brought home. And I remember I brought like 2 bags of apple. And oh my God, you know, they act like they never know the fruits. And you know, and then so I sit with them and I told them, and my older son and Brandon, I told them, I said, you know what, I went to school and you see we have all this food. Now you have food. And thanks to San, thanks to Celia, thanks to all this program, now you see we have food. They are helping us. So they were so excited because for like a week they have food. And then she told me, she said, you can come like once a week here. So like seeing my kids smile, happy because they have food, that has, I think to me, has like no price. And like, I don't even know like how to tell like, you know, the people who work on Sun or like MFS, you know, like everybody, you know, if I know like who's, you know, who's been working or who's been doing all this. Like I said, to all of them, I said thank you so much from the bottom of my heart because they've been helping me a lot.
Hilda shared about health conditions in her family and how learning how to be a vegetable gardener helped her. That was possible due to a partnership between MFS, a local church, a group called Outgrowing Hunger, and another partner, Growing Gardens.
And his cholesterol was high. And like, I felt so bad when they told me that because we were not eating healthy at all. Like, I thought just eating like, you know, giving my kids any kind of stuff, I thought like it was, you know, showing that I love my kids. But now I'm learning that if I love my kids, I want to teach them how to eat healthy. But there's one thing, eating healthy is not cheap, it's expensive. I remember the nurse, she said, I just want to tell you something, but everything is gonna be fine, like don't worry. And I was like, oh my God. And I started crying. I started crying because I know a lot of people who have diabetes and I know they are not living
long lives,
you know. And I thought like, I don't want to die, you know, I have my kids. Like, oh my God, I started the worst thing. And then she said, yes, you have diabetes.
When we started, it was just probably about, I don't say by like 20 by 50 feet. It was just a very small thing. But as more and more of the community members came, we got the church to be more involved, and they little by little started allowing us to have more space.
Gotcha.
This used to all just be a field where kids and folks would cut through, so it makes it a little bit easier to get to school and whatnot. But it wasn't being taken care of. So it was, it's amazing. I haven't been out here for probably a year, and it looks even double the size now than it was. So it's pretty cool.
Hilda shared how interested she was to learn if it was really true that she could control her sugar level with diet and exercise. She was particularly interested if exercise worked, so she made a decision to try working in the garden at least 1 hour a day, taking her sugar level before and afterwards by pricking her finger and testing.
I came after all this stuff, like hour and a half or something, or 20 minutes. I came inside and I grabbed I poked my finger and I checked the level. It was like 120. And I was like, oh my God. And I went like, yes, I'm gonna, I'm gonna work in this stuff.
Yeah.
And, so, and that, when I see the numbers, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be working in the garden. I'm gonna, and that time. So when they told me about growing garden, I was like, it's gonna be good for me.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be doing, exercise, like, and it's it's kind of like, we call it like a 2-in-1, because like I said, my kids, they're gonna learn how to, doing those kind of things. My kids are learning how to eat healthy, like more healthy, in how saving money, and by growing your own stuff. But if I didn't meet Celia, I didn't I didn't know that.
You wouldn't have known about it.
No.
Yeah.
And they've been doing a lot for me.
At MFS, we are finding that so many people need help around building assets for their future. This is, in fact, the basis of our economic wellness program. Hilda and Alex's 2 boys have already started doing this on their own.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
A piggy bank.
Is your piggy bank?
Yeah, my piggy bank. I collect money by well, each time when we go walking, like with my mom or with my dad, we collect. We take a bag, and if we see a bottle, like cans and bottles, we put it in our bag, and when we come back from walking, we go sell them, and then when we get our money, we put it in our piggy bank. When I grow up, and when it's full, I'm gonna help my mom and my dad. If my mom is sick, I'm gonna help my mom to get money, and I'm gonna give her my money.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What are you saving the money for?
Huh?
What are you saving the money for?
For buy a car when they grow up.
Or you want to buy a car when you grow up?
Yeah.
Other challenges for Hilda and Alex had to do with language and reading. Hilda shared that our MFS staff worked with their son, who is now reading quite well.
And then I talked to the teacher, and I said, how my son is doing. And he's like, and he even gave me a hug. He's like, what are you doing for him? And I just told him, what I did is I put him on Sun. And he was like, I remember he went like this.
I asked Hilda how she learned to speak English.
But there's only one channel that I used to watch all the time. And this channel, it was like Coin Local 6 News at 11. So yeah, his name, it was Jeff Janola, and I was Kelly Day. Yeah, Kelly Day. So yes, so by watching the news, I learned English. And now, a lot of people said, hey, you speak really good English. And I was like, you think so? And they go like, yes. Like I said, now, like I can't believe I'm, doing this.
What do you think about when you think about your future?
Like I said, I wish I can do more for, those
The other people.
Like I hope, like I said, one time I told my husband, I said, if someday I have a lot of money, or if I'm a rich, person, or, I can grab my money and feed all these people, or help them, or, do something for them, But I don't know, I don't have, how to do it, because, I'm this kind of people that if I have something, I feel better if they eat first, and then doesn't matter if I have something to eat, but I'm gonna feel better if they eat already. So that's the way how I see the life. I wish like I can do something for everybody. Like I see a lot of people, they are wasting money. They have like planning money, and they're not doing anything.
Right.
And I hope they have my heart. I hope they can think, they can feel like I do. I hope they can say, hey, let's go help this family, or let's do something for the community, or let's be all together, let's help each other.